So with that, anything can happen, you know. Any small error, it will cause so many problems. So especially for us, we learn about this disease. So we feel, especially when my wife was pregnant, you know, that time, wow, I was suffering, you know, for 10 months because we worried what this or that. But if you have a healthy baby being born, then first thing you are very happy. But second thing, is it important for them, for us to take care of them so that they have a healthy body while growing up? So it is so important. That's why today I'm here. So what is important for children in terms of nutrition? What aspect is more important? Here I have three main areas to cover, because number one is, give me some answer. What is the birth weight of a baby usually? The normal one. 2.6, it's quite small, that one. Nowadays baby are bigger. Already 5 kg, another 2 kg weight gain, you know. And then 3 months to 5 months, already 6 kg, already double the birth weight. Imagine as an adult, let's say you are 60 kg. After 3 months you become 120 kg. Wow, that is so difficult to believe, but for children it's really like that. So that shows that the growth is very important for children, because they use our nutrition that giving to our babies is so much going to the lengthening and becoming bigger of the body and the organ. But what they get, usually we bring our children to see doctor. What are the problems? Usually fever, right? Cough, running nose, diarrhea, things like that. So it is so different, their aspects of the illnesses or diseases, because their immune system is also under growth. So their immune system was not so strong yet when they are growing up. So it's important as a parents, we want to strengthen their immune system so that minimize their chance of seeing doctor. Seeing doctor is good or bad? Like just now Dr. Tay was mentioning, you should bring them to clinic to experience the environment, so that they like to see. They don't feel so anxious to see doctor. But actually it's not so good also if you bring to my clinic, because they are full of viruses, bacteria, But we as parents, we need to know how to prevent them from going to the clinic so often. Alright, the number 3 is minimize toxin exposure. Do you think it's correct or not? 10 years ago maybe it's wrong. No need, minimize toxin, because not so much of toxin. But nowadays, everywhere toxin, right? Air we breathe also full of toxins. The water we drink, right? We give to babies, also toxin. Even you think breast milk is the best, right? The best for the babies. The water is natural from the mother. But still, if let's say mother is full of toxin and the blood circulation, even the breast milk maybe also contain toxin. So it is important to minimize toxin exposure, because it will affect their health. It will affect their growth. So the next question is, what are the essential nutrients? We need to know, right? If not, what are you going to give them? And what are the right proportion? So the important one, number 1, I put there is a protein. And not only protein, it's a good protein. Good quality of protein. Because why is protein so important? Why is protein so important? Okay, one more question. Our body. What are the smallest unit of our body? Cell. Wow, you're so knowledgeable. Give yourself a round of applause first. Okay, so I'm talking to a very knowledgeable crowd. Yeah. Okay, cells. And cells, they don't, like for example, when we are born, our cells don't stay permanently until we go to another world. But the cell will keep changing. That means the old cell will die, the new cell will be created. So that new cell being created, do you think you need something to create the new cell? Or for example, you make a bread, a bun, do you need nothing and then suddenly the bun come out? Or you need the raw material, right? So raw material, so the raw material is our nutrients. And for the growing babies, our growing children, protein is the main nutrient. It's what we call macronutrient. Protein is macro and micronutrient, both are important. So the second one, which is important, is multivitamin, vitamins and minerals, right? What are they so important? They are not involved so much body, but they are involved in make sure the structure being created or built properly without any disturbance. So we need the vitamins and minerals to maintain their health, the children's health, and also make sure their immune system is intact. The third one, good fats. If fats is good or bad? Also got good fat and bad fat. So we want good fat because baby brain, they grow very fast. Their baby, see if you have babies, you have seen pediatrician before, right? Every time you go, they will measure the head circumference, right? Because the head is growing. But adult, they still measure head because never grow anymore. So our brain stay almost stagnant after 2 years old. So 80% of the brain growth within the first 2 years of our life. So that's why baby, their bone not join. If you got baby here, under 1 year old, you press here, it is soft. Because it's called anterior fontana, where the bone not join. Why the bone don't want to join first? It's so dangerous for this one to live empty. But actually it's because the brain is growing. If it's join, the brain cannot grow anymore, right? So because the brain grow very fast, so it is very important. One of the main concern of giving nutrient to the baby is for the health of the brain growth, right? But because the brain 60% is made of fat. So that's why fat is so important, but not bad fat. We want good fat. We want good fat to build. You want something good brain. You want to give a good raw material and in the right proportion to have good brain, right? So number 4 is clean water and clean air. I don't need to explain that. And good bacteria. This one need to explain a bit. Why good bacteria? Bacteria is bad, right? Is it bad or good? Also, same thing. Everything they have good and bad, right or wrong. Good bacteria, what we want is good bacteria. But here, I will explain later. We call it probiotics. Fiber. Fiber, strictly speaking, is not nutrient. Because fiber doesn't go into our blood circulation. It doesn't go into our blood circulation, usually except some soluble fiber. But fiber is important for children. I think if your children after 6 months old started the weaning diet, you know, they tend to have what? Constipation, right? I don't wait for you to answer because time limitation. So constipation. So fiber makes sure that the passing motion is smooth, which is important because if the stool doesn't pass out every day in the right time, if they stay in our large intestine so long, it may be reabsorbed into our body and cause more problem, what we call toxin again, right? So fiber is so important. Okay, now the next question is, are our children eating right or doing okay? Actually, compared to last time they sent to your house, things like that, but are they eating right? That is the important question. Are we putting the right stuff into their body? As I said, good, we want good. But what is good and what is bad? We need to know at least that, right? So let's look at what our children are doing, already happening now. What is that? This is in the nursery. Because there's a change of family structure nowadays, right? For the past 10 years, 20 years, parents are working, right? Most young parents, they are working, both of them, right? Correct? Now look around you, maybe not you, but then around you, most husband and wife working. When they have new baby, after a few months, they were sent to nursery. That is the problem. I'm not saying nursery is not good. Some are good nursery owner. It's to help people, right? To help the parents. But do you think it will increase the risk of infection for babies? Because if we haven't sent them to nursery at home only, who are they exposed to? We, parents, siblings, 1 or 2, only 3 or 4 people, right? But when we send to nursery, maybe 30 or 40. So it's 10 times higher risk, right? So that is the problem. So we need to, we cannot change this situation, but we need to know how to solve this problem, right? Later I give you the answer. So that's why they can spread the infection. Why? Because these are communication problems, social communication problems. They don't know how to communicate with human beings. That's a problem. So it is such a big problem nowadays, This is another problem. So I throw you problem first, then I give you solution. That is the best. If I don't have problem, no solution, that is not good, you must go back, right? So the next one is air pollution. This one we know, air pollution, water contamination. And this is what our children are facing, Every day we drink plenty of water. In babies, 70%, 80% made of water in the body, right? So how about this? Fast food. Is it so common and so convenient? So nowadays, you go to fast food with children, is cheaper, sometimes it's cheaper compared to you go to restaurant, right? And it's so convenient and they come out with so many very, very happy type of meal, and then so many things to attract the children. So it's very difficult not to let our children eat. But of course, we have to know what they are eating. Are they eating healthily? Do we know what is inside this? This appears to be vegetables, like good, right? But it's potato, right? Also, but what is it? I mean, cooked with oil, deep fried oil. So the first thing about this fast food, I'm not saying that it's not good. It's because of the current situation. Fast food is so common now, but they contain bad fat, right? Bad fat, what we call saturated fat, and also trans fat. Trans fat is unnatural fat, and that will cause our body to have so much of problem, especially a growing baby. You know, as I told you, first 2 years, their brain are growing, and the brain 60% made of fat. So if you fuel them with the bad fat, what will happen? So we have to know this, right? We have to know this, and we have to know how to avoid or minimize that. And because of eating, you know, eating, I mean, every day, yes, it's high fat, and then the carbohydrate, sometimes, in fact, according to